Hey, welcome back to Mountain West Phenomenons. I am your host, Tristan.
I'm your host, Seth.
All right, so this week we're going to be talking about the Shanghai tunnels. They're located in Portland, Oregon. Uh, they are mainly underneath the old Chinatown district, and they're also known as the old Portland Underground. Um, so the Shanghai tunnels, they were supposedly used for just trading and moving goods around underneath hotels and shops and so forth. But let's say the funner aspect of them was sailor trade. They would essentially kidnap sailors or kidnap people and use them for sailors.
Damn.
Yeah,
that
it's kind of a rough way to start a career.
dude, that would suck if you just like at like a fucking like getting drunk and you wake up and you're just in the middle of the ocean. Oh fuck. Where did I go?
I mean, I guess it's kind of like forced into a job, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean
some
like
aspect.
what are you gonna do at that point, besides be a sailor? At least while you're out at sea for the first time.
Yeah.
so, um the tunnels also are supposed to connect to the Willamette, oh my god, I fucked that up, river, which have some interesting stuff on. Apparently, it's a tributary of the Columbia River and accounts for 12 to 15% of the Columbia River's flow, which I was like, goddamn. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever heard of the Columbia River.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
So, I feel a little dumb.
Is that located in Oregon?
I mean, yeah, I, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Um, the river was created by tectonic plates movements about 35 million years ago, and the first humans that began living there was over 10,000 years ago. So it's been inhabited for a good bit. Um, and it's apparently one of the most fertile agricultural regions in North America, and it connects a little bit to our last episode, as it was a destination for many pioneers traveling on the Oregon Trail. Pretty cool.
Isn't that also known as the Fertile Crescent?
No, the Fertile Crescent is somewhere in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's in the Middle East.
Yeah, because the Fertile Crescent, I
Yeah.
think, is supposed to be like the origin point of like humanity.
Yeah, spanning modern day Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, Jordan, and parts of Turkey.
Damn, even Turkey. Goddamn.
Yeah, I guess I should have paid attention in geography, huh?
We're Americans. We don't need that. We just need to know
Yeah,
the
no.
50 states.
I was just gonna say the local 7-Eleven.
Or that. Or, and especially more local. Just had one open up by me.
Yeah, I heard that didn't go too well.
Did not?
You hear all? No, apparently, not to slander, I guess, but they opened and they started selling gas, and then immediately everyone started complaining that right after they filled up their check engine light went on. Yeah,
Oh, God.
I don't know what happened there, but it's kind of rough for them.
Wow, I actually fucking dodged a bullet because I was like, huh, I kind of need gas a little bit. Maybe I'll stop by there.
Good choice.
Because I was helping our two friends move. So I was like, oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm glad. Oh my god.
Yeah, can't risk that, man. It's ridiculous.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Well, besides that, and apparently my local 7-Eleven being pretty shit, I guess. In 21st century, major highways now followed the river, and roads crossed the river on approximately 30 different bridges. And there's more than 20 dams on the river's tributaries. So, that's pretty, pretty big, I think. Also, like 20 dams. Goddamn.
Seems a bit excessive.
That does feel a little excessive.
I don't know what they would need 20 dams for. But,
No, yeah. Well, I don't know if there's like any dams on the river itself. It's just on all its smaller rivers.
just like on the connectings.
Yeah. Which is like, I feel is a little insane because since this river has smaller rivers that flow into it, and then this giant river just flows into the Columbia River, so it's fucking massive, at least to me.
Yeah, with what we grew up with, that's rather large.
Yeah, I cannot imagine now. Does make people kind of want to go like visit at some point to kind of see the river though.
To go to Portland,
Yeah.
if you want to get stuck with a needle, why not? It might be worth it.
What was there? Is that a problem there?
Portland?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Damn.
drugs are a major problem in Portland.
You know, I haven't heard about drug problem in Oregon. I've heard about the people getting raped a lot there. I guess it kind of goes hand in hand.
Sounds terrible too.
Yeah. Well, and I guess yeah, you probably get drugged and then assaulted. So
I'm just aware of the severe drug problems over there,
oh damn.
or from what I've heard from one of our friends that live over there.
Damn. Okay. Well, maybe I might not go. I might not want to visit there anymore.
That'd still be worth it. Just
I'd be the type. I'd be the type that gets kidnapped to be a sailor. I already know it.
Well, you just gotta shave the facial hair and you're good.
Okay. I'll feel a little like called out for that, but okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyways, back to the tunnels, not my facial hair or my local 7-Eleven. But connects to the rivers, and they're used to, as you said, for goods, supposedly. Since the existence of tunnels is a little bit, I guess, dubious on if it is or not. But
So the tunnels, they were said to have run between buildings and under the streets in downtown waterfront area. They were known to extend as far as Northwest 23rd Avenue and along the eastern bank of the Willamette River. So back when this was all said to be running, there was roughly 1,500 or more men to have been abducted annually through these tunnels. So we don't want to say it was necessarily kidnapping. They like to call it Shanghaiing. So these were practices, well, they were practiced in Portland and elsewhere. The Shanghaiing or crimping, is a practice of kidnapping people to serve as sailors by coercive techniques such as trickery, intimidation, or violence. Yeah, if the sea captains, they would grow desperate to replenish their crew, so they would go and kidnap people in these tunnels and bring them to the docks and kind of force them to become a part of their crew.
I feel like this is a problem that the sea captains kind of made themselves.
Having such a rough job and then wondering why people don't want to do it.
Well, I feel like at that point it's a cycle because then when you kidnap people and you force them to be a sailor, they're not going to want to stay being sailors, and so they'll abandon when they get their first, chance.
I know. So that was actually a major issue too, especially during the gold rush in 1849. They were jumping ship a lot and fleeing to California to seek a better life as a gold miner rather than a sailor.
Yeah, probably probably better life, I would imagine.
I'm yeah. At least it was their choice to be a gold miner rather than being kidnapped.
Yeah, like they chose to like break their back and like stake their future on that instead of like I was drinking beer, someone drugged me, and they put me on a boat.
Yeah, I
So now I
mean
got these assholes.
it's the way of the world, right?
No, yeah. And the term Shanghai, oh my god, can't speak today. Um, that came from the term got its name from the city Shanghai in China, as that was a common destination for ships that were like
Oh, was it?
kidnapping people. Yeah, is a very popular spot destination, so that's where the term got. That's where the name got from.
Like they were traveling goods there, or they were coming from Shanghai to get goods here.
I think both. I think it was just like one of the big destinations for both like bringing goods and taking goods, and because of that, that's where the term got. Since a lot of sailors got drugged, and then oh, we're going to stop at China to do business and stuff.
Hmm. That's a fun fact, I guess.
Oh yeah. Also, another fun fact: I didn't realize that was a term that was used.
Shanghai.
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
I've only ever
Indeed.
heard of this city.
Oh, all right.
But
Well,
the um, Shanghaiing it fell out of I don't know if I want to say practice. That makes it sound a little bit more better than what it was. From the development of steam powered ships, since they required crews to be trained to operate, and they were financed by bigger corporations.
yeah, I could imagine that these larger corporations would probably require a crew list and uh, uh, what would you call it?
Um,
A
Registry, maybe.
sure. I can't think of the name of it. Like the list of people that are on your pay.
Payroll.
Yeah, payroll.
Yeah. uh,
Yeah,
no, yeah. Also from like I think from what I heard, uh, like ships and like all that is like heavily documented, like more
oh
so
yeah,
than other um businesses. Like it is like a lot, pretty much everything is documented now with ships.
yeah. Well, word for word, they usually have someone writing it down.
Yeah, which makes sense because like we still haven't fully explored the fucking ocean, so like it makes sense. It's like you're going to make sure everything's documented as probably like a safety measure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't know who you're gonna run into out there. So it'd be coming across a giant group of pirates. Want to know who is on your ship.
Mm-hmm. That I think if like you sank, probably gives like some more like last documentation is them from like this port and probably some calculations being like well they're probably in this area from this port or some shit like that. Um,
Yeah.
and the practice would fully cease by the end of World War One. So I guess one positive from a world war.
And then what around 1933, we had a journalist by the name of Stuart Holbrook. He's the one that started broadcasting these stories of Shanghaiing on the Portland Times. Many years later, in 1970, articles appeared featuring Michael P. Jones. He was the manager of Transit Bank, but he's the one that originally, let's say, found the tunnels. He's the one that claims he had these tunnels under his area and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, so once he passed, and well, once he passed later on, there's a new company that took over this place and they sold out the tour group to a private company, but they only do virtual tours of these tunnels, which I think is kind of odd. They claim it's because the dilapidated states of these tunnels, but I kind of assume that it's because there's no tunnels and they're just in an old spooky basement somewhere, you know?
Yeah, like that's what I saw. Where it's like you're not in any actual tunnel; you're just in like a big old basement, which is a little
I could,
disappointing.
yeah, I feel like they probably just go to a new basement every other week and be like, oh, we found a new part of the tunnels.
No, yeah. Um, and yeah, with the dude being like, I just found these old tunnels that this dude made stories about. They're totally real. Um, and that Michael P. Jones, uh, when he started the whole like talking about the tunnels and being like, "Oh, I found them," and he started his tours. He also started the whole myth and story around them being used for Shanghaiing or forced prostitution, murders, like all of that. That came from him, which just feels like it purely just like a thing to what's the word I'm looking for? Boost the like popularity or like the you know.
Yeah, he wanted to add some depth to his lie, you know?
Yeah.
And then the book he made is The Oregon Shanghaiers. Portland historian Barney Ballock traces tunnels that were used to Shanghai sailors. It's a series of the apocryphal stories that appeared in the newsletter, The Oregonian, in 1962.
Hmm. Yeah, so, very shady things of like, do the tunnels even exist? If they did exist, they're pretty much defunct, and any like actual existence is like either towards having in, VR or fucking in a basement.
Yeah.
Which, don't
That's,
get me wrong, it'd be cool to visit like old historic like basement. Like that could still be fun.
yeah, absolutely. As long as they're saying, oh, let's visit this basement, not
Tunnel.
we've got tunnels that, were used for kidnapping. And
Yeah.
that's like a whole nother story. I'm sure people would still love to come visit some old creepy basement.
Oh, dude, I would. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and even with that, and with the stories not being very credible, um, at least happening with those supposed tunnels, Shanghaiing, that's a very credible and thing that actually happened. People still, have said that they've had encounters and that there's, ghosts in the supposed tunnels or basements. One ghost, notably nicknamed Sam, he's supposedly a ghost of an Asian man that is supposed to be responsible for turning lights off in the basement or like moving shit around. And that's all. He has a name, but like that's pretty much like what everybody else is like. Ghostly encounter is them being like, oh, we're in this basement and we like heard things or something got moved and other stuff like that.
Just usual ghost activities, I guess, then.
No, yeah. Um, like seeing things, being like, oh, I saw a face around a corner, or stuff like that. Which, I mean, possibly. I kind of doubt though with everything being kind of just shady and stuff around these tunnels. Also, I don't like. I'm thinking back to like the time when it, of course, like all this would be happening. I'm like, would they even need tunnels? Like, I feel like how like everything was at that time, it probably wouldn't have been worth it to make tunnels. They probably were just doing it out in the open and not really giving a fuck, you know?
Yeah, I'd assume, especially back then, I couldn't imagine it'd be too hard to just slip somebody a pill and throw them on your shoulder and act like they were sleeping or something.
No, yeah, like I don't think the thing is, I don't think they need build like elaborate deep tunnels in like Portland of all things to be like we got kidnap people or we got like force them in prostitution. Which that also like I'm like that makes like no sense. Like, wouldn't you want like even if you're forcing someone when you want the like prostitute to be like on the streets to like find people and not in tunnels, you know?
Whatever was the easiest way they could find of transporting them, I'm sure
Yeah, and
was probably cool.
that's what I mean with like I don't think they would make like tunnels because like how like labor intensive that probably would be, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean.
Like that's that's my whole thing where I'm like why would they even do that? That like makes no sense for like I feel like even now that would make not really much sense, you know?
Unless they were doing, like, let's say, mass movements of people, say they threw them on like a cart or whatever when they were uh, unconscious and just traveled them from point A to point B.
Maybe yeah, maybe for like yeah, vast amounts.
Like, I'm sure somebody would raise a flag if they saw that many unconscious people in the middle of the road being drugged, you know?
Maybe yeah. You think you got shanghaied?
Yeah, yeah,
You,
I'd probably accept a beer and be like, oh, yeah, thanks, dude.
I was seeing the exact same things. I would probably be eating something and then they'd be like drug the fatty. He got
Put that in.
he got some meat on his bones if we have to cannibalize anybody on a ship.
Um, so to add on to the ghost aspect of it, apparently we've got sightings of what they call the 7-foot tall man. Pretty boring name,
Yeah.
but there's visitors that have reported seeing a very tall, hunched figure, occasionally mistaken for a tour guide. And before they're able to get to him, he vanishes. Yeah.
Yeah, with the 7 foot tall man over there. I like the
Yeah,
idea of that he is just like a like pitch black, like devoid of light, like figure, like very much a shadow figure, and they're just like, oh, is that the tour guide? Is that Tommy, the tour guide over there? It's just
we
like,
were able to find anything on how large these tunnels were, supposedly.
did we?
Yeah.
Um, I personally did. I think I just saw like, yeah, they're supposedly like, big as fuck, according to Michael P. Jones over there. I don't think they'd be too
Oh,
big though if they're like supposed to be like mainly underneath the old Chinatown uh district and like really only connecting like main business stuff. Like I don't think they'd be too big.
yeah, no, it says there were low ceiling tunnels. So
Damn.
I'd assume they wouldn't be too big, like you said, considering they'd want to be undetectable and
Yeah.
wouldn't cause too much ruckus building them.
Yeah. Like the only thing is like I can see them existing just purely for like if like like not transporting like people or illegal goods, just like a ship or like a store that's on the river, like pretty much directly on the river. Like I could be them having like a little like tunnel hallway thing that just connects to their basement. Like that's why I can see fully. Not anything illegal, just like some shops that probably were on the like river and it's just like, oh, we'll just do this because it just makes it a little bit more convenient for us.
Yeah, I would like to think of it like shopping malls, how they have the front stores and then they have the exit in the back that leads to their whole separate hallways for the shops and all that.
Yeah, which I've always wanted to go into. I can't lie.
And no one's stopping you. You might get kicked out.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm afraid of. Also, I can't lie, I am a little afraid of that. I would see the 7 foot tall giant man just start fucking death sprinting at me. It's like, ho, ho. And like, I got a fucked up ankle. I can't run. I can do none of that.
You can do it.
Run? No, I can't.
You can try.
And then just get fucking demolished by a fucking 7 foot shadow man. And I'll be game all, and I hear someone. Is that Tommy? Is that Tommy the tour guide? As I'm getting brutally murdered.
7 foot tall. You know what that means.
That dick be swinging.
You think he's gonna murder you or he's gonna take your butt?
Ooh, um,
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping taking my butt.
you're
I
like,
mean, 7 foot.
he might assault me, but I'll live.
Let me just see what it is. You know, he
You're
can
like,
handle what he says.
you're like, let me measure with my forearm real quick. You got that? Does he got that thing on him? You know, be so fucked up. You're getting attacked by a creature, and like a 7 foot tall shadow man. You look, it's like a 1 inch Punisher over there, and you're like, oh, damn it.
I could see he's got to be compensating for something, right?
All tall men have small penises.
I can attest.
Ah, you might be taller than me, but who has the 1 inch Grinch?
I'm being told otherwise, so maybe not me.
Hmm. Don't let them lie to you.
I know. I know the truth in my heart.
You're like, I got the tape measure out, and the tape measure doesn't lie.
It doesn't.
Which actually, I I brought this up with our buddy Thomas. Uh, what do you think would be scarier if like, and we'll do the 7 foot tall man. If he was like just like death sprinting at you and like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get like mauled or like killed, or if he stopped and he like put up his hands to brawl, what do you think would be scarier?
I would say the death sprint.
See, I'd become more scared of it if you want to brawl.
Why? I would just look at him and be like, nah, dude, I'm gonna keep running.
Well, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, if he's death sprinting at me, it's like, oh, okay, he is like an animal. He's going to kill me. If he's getting to brawl, I feel like it's like, oh, he's not going to kill me. He's just going to beat my ass. And that terrifies me a little bit more.
You'd rather get your ass beat, or you'd be more afraid to get your ass beat than die?
Yeah, a little, like, from a, like, monster? Probably, because I'm like, okay, he kills you. Okay, you're dead. You might be a ghost. Who knows? You know, whatever you believe in, might happen and stuff. But you're dead. You're done. If he beats your ass, there's possibilities of him just coming back to beat your ass more. That's why I'm like, he's more terrifying. Okay, at least if he kills you, you're done.
I don't know, man. I think I'd prefer him to just. I think I'd rather prefer the death sprint. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be more afraid of that.
I mean, both are scary. I think we can agree on that.
Sure.
Would you try to fight back though, if he was brawling you?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think I
How
would
big
throw.
is he?
He's 7 foot. He's
7
seven
foot?
foot shadow man
7
over
foot,
there.
what? 350 pounds? Or is he really small and skinny?
Nah, he's a Hulk. He's a hulking monster. Brother got
No,
gains.
no, I wouldn't want to piss him off even more. I would just take what I had coming.
You're like, just beat my ass, brother. I would throw
Yeah.
one punch, and the reason is I'm curious if it connected. If it connected, that brings the fear down a little bit because now he's physical. If I threw a punch and it like went through him, then I'm more scared because then I probably pissed him off and he's probably going to rip me a new one for even
Well, if
daring.
your punch went through him, can his punch even hit you?
I would assume so. Isn't that how most ghost stuff works? Like they can interact, but like you can't interact.
I don't know. I'm not sure on that.
That's true. Sure. Maybe you just can't interact with. Maybe you both can't interact. So like, I guess that explains why there's not real like if ghosts did exist, why there wouldn't be real evidence for them if like it was a mutual thing of like neither side could interact with each other truly.
Well, if they could, just think about every time you yawned. Imagine what they would be doing.
Oh, dude, if ghosts exist and I became one, and let's say I'm high house, I'm fucking with people in a very specific way. I'm fucking with them when they're going to masturbate. Like when they start trying to masturbate, I'm gonna just make huge sounds or scare them in some way just to fuck with them.
I think I would just switch the salt with the sugar when they're making their coffee, just every single time, so they could never figure it out. Why is my coffee so salty? I don't know,
That
man.
would be fun too. I just think it'd be very fun, especially if there is like imagine like a really religious family. Like you died really religious, moved in, and then like let's say like this Tommy, he's like I'm gonna masturbate and just fuck with him to get him to start going like God, oh my God, God's angry.
Or even better,
Hmm.
I would leave an upper decker in their toilet every time they went out somewhere.
They're like oh my
For those
God.
who don't know, upper decker is when you shit in the top part of the toilet.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that's some brutal work. Mm-mm.
that's another question. Do ghosts shit?
I'm gonna assume no. They don't need to eat, right? Why would they shit?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Now, would that be torture though? Because I'm like, would like the idea of eating still exist? So it's like, oh, I wish I could eat, but you couldn't. Like, even if you don't feel hungry, just like they like want of like to continue the act. Like, I wonder, like, that's why I wonder on like if ghosts exist. Like, would that be like the true hellish part of being a ghost? Of like being like, I want to do this stuff, I just can't.
I would assume so. My fat ass would be struggling every day without eating. I don't
Oh.
know if I can make it.
That's why I'm like, as a ghost and stuff, you're just like, God damn it. Honestly, that here's a theory. That maybe is why there's so many things of ghosts fucking with people because that's all they can do. Oh, why ghosts fuck with people? Oh, it's all they could do. So it's like, why not?
I mean, honestly, at that point, if it comes down to sitting around all day or torturing Tommy,
Oh, I'm
I'm gonna
torturing
torture
Tommy.
him. Like, no doubt. Like, I'm gonna shit in his Fruit Loops.
You're like, I don't know if a ghost can shit, but I will. I will make it happen somehow.
Or at least a fart. I can give him one of those.
Okay, another question. What if a person moved in like a single person, and you try fucking with them, then you learn they're a freak and they're into it. What do you do?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm not sure if I would continue or if I would leave because it's just weird.
You're like, they just have a hard on when you start, like, yeah, like they see you replace the sugar with salt, and they're like, oh, I'm so fucking hard right now.
I think I would just like get a therapist number and leave it in front, like on the desk or something.
You're like, come on, brother. Ooh, okay, so you wouldn't do that. What if it was your partner? Would you fuck around?
Yeah, that's another story. I absolutely would stay and mess around.
You would? You'll have a little.
Oh yeah.
You'll do a little tickle.
Oh yeah, more than a little tickle.
Goddamn, brother.
Why not?
You're like, I got schlong.
Oh yes, sir.
You know what fuck with me? If I had a partner and like I was like, and they knew I was a ghost, and they did not want to try any of that, that would fuck with me.
That your partner doesn't want to fuck a ghost.
Not, well, like doesn't want to fuck me as a ghost. Like I feel that hurt my feelings.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. They know you're there, and then they just bring somebody else on.
Not even,
That'd be rough.
not even if they, like if they didn't, not, even if they didn't bring someone else home or anything like that. If they just like went, no, I don't want to try it. I would just be so hurt. I'd be like, come on. This is like a once in a lifetime experience for both people, the ghost and you. I'd be hurt.
Yeah, missing out on something phenomenal.
That's true. How about Ghost Network? Whatever. we are going such a direction. I think we've talked more about this stuff than the goddamn tunnels.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy.
Well, the tunnels are.
Tunnels?
Yeah, the tunnels are. Yeah, they're cool. The idea of the tunnels, they're cool, but the actual.
The execution's not.
No, there's not much there.
No, yeah. Which sucks, because, yeah, I gotta admit, they sounded really fucking interesting.
We will for sure have something better next time.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've done good. We've talked about 7-foot shallow man's, dicks. And we've had can ghosts have sex, and would your partner entertain that? So, the true questions have been answered here, I think.
Yeah, the important ones.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Have a good day. Or night, I guess. Wherever you are.